Good afternoon, guys. It's March 30th, 2023. Today is Thursday. Again, lots of manipulation today. So it's someone, I don't know who it is, right? Or a group of people. They are playing games, at specific time around the day. Right, so that is given, so but anyway, so we know all these things, so we trade accordingly and we just step aside during that time and then we trade later on, so same pattern as yesterday. So after seeing a chop, I said, you know what, guys, don't trade it till 1:45, 2 o'clock, then trade it, so after 2 o'clock you can see, or 1:45 we had a move, right? So up move, straightforward up move, right? There was no chop, right? So that's how it is, we have to learn the nuances of the market, every day, So but anyway, so price broke out of small daily balance, so now buyer's job is to hold above this area in general, right? And continue to follow through to the upside with reaction at 82, 89 and this area, correct? So today we had a reaction, see, expected outcome, and sellers did the way they are supposed to act. Okay, so they held the market today below this area, right? So yes, today's story is over. So that is the story for today. See that? And tomorrow. So tomorrow again you have to see what it does from here. Can price goes above it, stay below it. So this area will give you one trade tomorrow. Now break below this area equal to drop, but how far price can go depends on real-time situation. It can happen today, but today it didn't happen, right? So tomorrow I will keep the same notes. Now if I have to guess, then 4005, 4010 or 90, 39, 96 would be the drop level. If it has to drop right below this, then these are the levels that they are targeting. NQ is really a pain, and whatever it is doing, something is off there. NQ's range is this to the upside, and 30,038 to 75, right? So today pretty much it kept around this area and below, correct? But below it didn't even go lower much than this area. See, that is the issue, Now for the and the support, I have no clue which one is going to hold, because NQ, whatever is going on in NQ is not justifiable. Up and down move, both of them, it's just garbage going on. Something is off, So let's not talk about NQ. Bias wise today we are going to be neutral. I want to stick with bullish bias, but something is preventing me to think that way, so we'll be neutral today. See that? I didn't say like go long, right? Yesterday I said in Discord go long. Today I didn't say that. So Goldberg's high is the good reactionary short area. See, again I repeated the importance of this area, right? Which is Goldberg's high is the good reactionary short area. See, so now 82, 89 here also in the chart, right, which I shared in Discord earlier at 6 o'clock. This is what I said, you can take short into this area, right, but evaluate very carefully in real time to decide whether to let it go or take it, right? So price open right into this area. Now what? Now it can go up or down from here. So we are evaluating here, right, of the open. So of the open, hold on. So of the open, right? So let's look into this, correct? So of the open, I said 80-50, not after open. I said before open, So when price was during news time, right here, before news time, right around here or around this time, I said 80-50. That's where the buyers are buying, So 80-50, I drew a line there. I said draw a line there. That's where the news driven buyers are buying it. and NQ I said 47, which is roughly around this area somewhere, here. So during the news time, right, so since they were buying, price went higher, right, which is from here, right. So I drew a line here. Now most likely it will open into this area. That is what I said. So it opened right into this area. Now what? Now today was a good thing that price opened there, because it opened right into this resistance area where I wanted to short. But then, considering last few days of garbage, I didn't want to take a short right of the open here, right? So I took a sim short at 85.50, right here, right at the open, in sim account. And then I said for live account, we'll watch it. We'll let price prove it what it wants to do. The moment I see this, and hesitation around here in this area, I took the short right there. And I said right here, and I said my stop is around 83.50, 84.50. That's the area I'm observing. I don't put a hard stop. My stop is driven by the price action, because price, if I put a hard stop here, right, look this, it poked above it, stop me out, right, for example, then go down. Technically it didn't even close above 83.50. See that? So when I say my stop is 83.50, I'm waiting to see price is holding or going through it, and how it goes through it. That is also important, So I was holding it, because price was keep getting rejection. But this price action told me that it wants to defend this area and at least go down to this low or this super aggressive buyers area right here. So because during news time it was supposed to come here, but it did not. So when it was holding it, I shorted, and then price came down, again went back up, again came down, right? At this point I know one side will win. Either it's going to rip through it way higher, or it's going to go down. Two outcome. So since I was already short here and I was observing this area, I didn't give up. But I said in Discord, that ES will give you multiple opportunity to bail out your trade at break even while this was going on. I said that, So if someone wants to bail out, this is the time if you want to bail out the shorts and evaluate later on, or you can hang on to it, And then price went higher like this, right? So I was observing 5-minute chart actually, not this one, So which is because it's a garbage was going on. I really need to hang around to the higher time frame chart, So which is this 5-minute, right? So now here is the thing, right here. See these things, 1, 2, 3. See here at 10 o'clock, right? It went above 83.50. See the official close, correct? Which is right around here, correct? So 83.50, 84.50 was my area that I was observing, correct? So I was watching it here. So let me $84.50, right? Now, so in 1 minute I see this candle closing above it, correct? And in 5 minutes, one candle. So now we know from last few days price does this kind of behavior. Like one good candle, it goes above the levels, and then second or third it just comes down, and that is the pattern, it's been going on. Same thing on the downside also. So I did not close my trade here, I waited. So it was around 10 o'clock, right? So right here, say NQ will give you a clue. Right around here, see that? So NQ also at 10 o'clock tried to break out about this high, but see that it didn't even close higher like the way ES did it. See, because official line in ES was this, correct? So look what NQ did, went up straight. So while this candle was running, it was scary, man, now it's going to run to the moon, right? But sometimes the logical thing makes sense. So this was a very good area, that was I said, right? Similarly, literally I put it that you can take shots here, right? And I repeated in pre-market notes. So that means this area is important. Price opening up here in this fashion, look at this, all the way from bottom to the top, it's opening up here into resistance. Most probable scenario is it will react either at the open or later on. Once it reacts it, then pressure is released, then it wants to go up, fine, and to the fact that price open up almost 30-point gap up on today, and yesterday it was 45-point gap up, it's exhausted, so that's why. So since I was short already, I can withstand 1 or 2 point, 3 point against me, so here there was not a proper close, and here also see that it touched here, went higher, but then came down and closed right there. That is the signal it gave me that now shorts are coming. Could be a failed breakout, but for that price has to go back again below 83.50, right? See, that's the area it's trying to hold below, right? Now price went above it in a smaller time frame, it has to hold it. Then what happened? It came down, close below it. See, this is the sign to short. Now look at the beauty of this thing. See, smaller time frames, if you observe it around levels, it will give you a nice trade. See that 83.50 to the T. Then second trade 80.50, that was the area where I said overnight news driven buyers were there, and look at this here. See that 80.50, that level I gave it before around the news time. You can see here, see, there was not a single close, not a single close below this level. See, so now at least here somebody is buying, and I also gave that option to members that if you want to buy, you can buy it at here, so now, but you can see it, there was not a single close, right? Now you can justify why price moved this way. Okay, then it came down, correct? So I was shorting against these things, because my context was telling me that it at least it should go down, then so here there was a short, right? And then look at this, slice through this level this time. See that? Very nice slice through it. Now all you need is what? Pull back. Look at that. Pull back where? Right here. See that? That was your short. Right there. It was 10.09, right? At that time, look at NQ. Right here, below this intraday VWAP, right? And look at the way NQ did it. Like it was holding this area, right? Then it broke out and then immediately closed right here. Next candle, you can see it here, like this candle, right? You can see it here. See that? This mini candle, if you want to see it in your chart, you can look into it. But this is the candle. See that? It couldn't close higher or lower, indecision. That was a short right there. And then look at this. See? So you short right there with ES. Now the most likely target is for NQ is the VWAP, because there was a news driven low here. See that? So NQ is deadly. Sometimes this area combination. So you have to take a profit if ES is also into support, which was it is. This area. Super aggressive buyers. See that? So I build out here. That's it. That was my trade. 10 points. And then I was waiting to see. I said now price has to hold below 78 at least. Around this area. So and NQ has to hold below 60, 62, which is this area somewhere. But look at this. Damn thing just sliced through it. Right? So now I know. Now there is no more trading. I said price action is manipulative now. It entered into manipulative stage, so no more trading now, which we will do something else. We are not supposed to trade now, so we will come back after 1:40 to 2 o'clock and then we will trade. That is what I said. However, if you are itching to trade, I said you can do sim trading. So I did sim trading, legally. I did a sim trading, no live trading, even though there was a good trade opportunity during lunchtime, but still I stick with sim. But sim I treated as a live account, right? So I tweeted all these executions, all these things. So whatever the arrows you see, I took all these shots, in sim account, but they were not random. You can see my drawdown is very little. I shorted it here, took a short here. See, all this thing I shorted it. Then I went outside, lunchtime, so I went for a lunch. Then after putting this trade on, and then I came back, so in Twitter I said, at this time when I took this short, I said if 66 holds it, if price holds above 66, then I will move my stop, which was at 77 for all these trades. Stop was at 77 at that time. I said I will move it to 73, which is right here, if it 66 holds it. So 66 held it here, right? So I moved it to 73 and I went outside, right? Then when I came back, my target was 60.75, which is right here. Price came down to 61.25, didn't fill me in, So anyway, I got stopped out at 73, break even for those remaining trade, because I already scaled it here. If I was here, then I would have cut it right at 66, and I would have moved down my stop also, after it broke below this low. But anyway, but once it goes through 666, I was not here. When I came back, I was here. Price was already here around 2:45, 3 o'clock. It was already here. So I said in Discord 68 was a good long. So this is after the fact, but this was a story here. 66 was the area, held it here, price went through it, supposed to stay below it. If not, and if price slices through like this, it will hold it. So that was a long based on that idea. Then when I came back, around 3 o'clock, price was here. So I said, okay, now I will do one more sim trade, but then the problem was, where do I go long? So I came actually around here, somewhere. So I took the trade, I waited, since it was a garbage going on here, right? So I waited, and then here in this area, I took the trade. I already put those execution also in Twitter, you can check it out. So all these drops, I bought it, all of them. So I started with 2 contracts, one more added, one more added here, so 5 contracts. Target was 87, but I know 82, this area will react, or it may pause the price. So I held it, exactly at 413, here I built out. And that's pretty much it. That's the story, So I explain everything basically, right? So nowadays, look at internals, look at momentums. See, last 3 days, 4 days, momentum is everywhere. So useless. ED is also useless, right? Because it opens up plus 1800, 2000. So it's a useless to even see AD. And it doesn't matter, yes, it was going down, but price action matters most now, on levels. And that be all for today, right? So NQ, you can see it. This is the area, backup sellers area, right? Preferred sellers area turn into preferred buyers area today. See that? Because price opened up and holding it, held here. Finally it broke through it, correct? When ES broke through 66. But then what happened? Next thing you know is back above this area. So you are set to go long. Right here, target this. And then when it goes through it, go long here, target this. Simple, And that be all for today.